No matter what it does, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is facing an uphill battle. Even if the game turns out to be better than the early previews suggest, it won't be what Arkham fans wanted from Rocksteady. Personally, I don't blame gamers for feeling this way because we've seen games underperform recently like Redfall, Marvel Avengers, Anthem, and those games all came from studios that previously created some amazing single-player titles. But that doesn't mean that this game is necessarily going to be bad or will even have the same fate as those other live service titles. Ahead of the release, the first previews for the games have finally dropped, giving us some insights into whether Warner Brothers has finally managed to turn around a project that consistently has been met with skepticism since its original announcement in 2020. Now, the overall reception has been pretty mixed from a lot of the major gaming outlets, which doesn't honestly fill a lot of people with excitement ahead of its release. Personally, my stance hasn't changed on the game because since its initial announcement leading up to the release, not much has changed with the game. Narratively, I think the game is going to be very solid because Rocksteady's Arkham games are still regarded as some of the best superhero games ever made thanks to their strong stories, so that part is definitely going to carry the game. The major issue and concern that I've always had is the overall gameplay and the live service element. Now, from what I've seen, the variety of builds that you can create with all the characters is a major plus point, which will definitely add to the gameplay. But will that be able to carry the game when most of the time you seem to be shooting purple enemies? I don't see the appeal for that, especially considering that Rocksteady wants you to play this game for 100 of hours and for many years, considering the post-launch support that they have already planned for the game. Now, this is also why the previews are so divided, because at one side you have a strong focused continuation of the Arkham universe, and the second is a live service game. For a game coming out on February 2nd, what we have now seen is very likely a near final build, so there isn't really any room for major tweaks. Obviously, it's best to reserve judgment until reviews of the final product are out, but it's hard to deny how poorly its prospects look after the previews. Now, I don't want to be overly negative because you can find a lot of that already on YouTube, but you'll find a lot of people who also might be saying that the game looks great. Again, more power to them. I am not here to tell you if you should buy or boycott this game because at the end of the day, the players should be able to decide for themselves. Personally, I will not be picking the game up at launch, but I will certainly keep my eye out because I do want to experience the story, and this is my honest opinion. Who knows, maybe Suicide Squad might still end up finding its own niche. Let me know where you stand on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit like, and as always, happy gaming.